So let us talk about the multiplication of a matrix. Okay, so let's say we have a matrix A being equal to 2, 4, 5, 7. That is matrix A. And then we have been told that find for the first one, maybe we want to find 2A. Okay, and another one we want to find half A. So what does it mean? So here it means that for every value you have in this matrix, you have to multiply it by 2. Okay, so now what it means here is if I want to find 2A, this is going to be the same as I'll say 2. Okay, so I'll start now. It's going to be 2, so I have to put this one here. I'll put 2 there, then I'll say this is 2, 4, 5, 7. So I'll do it like that. So then I'm going to start now multiplying. What is 2 times? So you multiply these 2 by any figure you have in the matrix. So 2 times 2, and I'll end up having 4. Then 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 7, 14. So this is the answer of 2M. Okay, so that's basically simple. And then what if we have got half? So how can we find this? So this will be half. We have 2, 5, 4, 7. So this means that for any value you have in the matrix, you do times 1 over 2. So it's the same as this is going to be 2 over 2, 5 over 2, because 1 times 1 is not going to affect anything. Then it is 4 over 2 and also 7 over 2. So I've just done this times that times that times that times that. Simple. So then when you do that, if you are able to simplify it, it's alright, you can simplify it. Okay, but we are not allowed to put it in decimal places because we're not using a calculator. So 2 into 2 is 1. 5, that one will remain 5 over 2. Then there 4 into 2 into 4 is 2. 7 there will remain as 7 over 2. So this becomes my answer. Okay, so you can also do this when you've been given any type of a matrix. It can either be 2 by 3 matrix. Okay, so it can be anything actually. So then let's say we have matrix B being equal to I want to give you a 3 by 3 matrix. Let's say we have 4, we have 5, then 8. Then we have -4, 6, and 9. Then we also have 0, 1, and -1. Like that. So let's say we want to find maybe 3A or 3B and also 2 over 3. Okay, 2 over 3B. So this is the first one and that's the second one. So you can pause the video, try to solve it, and then compare with the answer I'm going to find. So the first one is going to be we want to find 3B. So 3B is 3, 4, 5, 8, -4, 6, 9, 0, 1, -1. So then here I'll start now multiplying 3 with each figure I have in the matrix. So 3 times 4, I'll start with 4. So 3 times 4 it is 12. 3 times negative 4, again negative 12. 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6, 18. And 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 9 is 27. Not so. So 3 times 9 should be 20. Yeah, it's 27. So then what is 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So this now is my final answer. Okay? So what if we want now to find 2 over 3b? So 2 over 3b is going to be 2 over 3. Then you write now these figures which you have in the matrix. I have 5, 6, 1, 8, 9, neg 1. So then this is going to be, I start now multiplying 1 by 1. So it's going to be 2 over 3 times 4. So it's 2, it's the same as just 2 times 4 is 8. So now I have 8. Okay, I have 8 divided by 3. 2, that one is going to be also negative 8 divided by 3. Then that is going to be 0 divided by 3 is basically 0. Then this time that one is going to be 10 over 3. Then that is going to be now 12 over 3. Of which 12 over 3, guys, 12 over 3 is the same as 4. Or it's the same as, we can just say 3 into 6 to 2 times 2, 4. Then again 1 over 3 times 1 is 2 over 3. 2 over 3 times 1 is 2 over 3. Then we go to the last one, and it's going to give me 16 over 3. Then that one is going to be 18. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. So it's the same as I just put 6 here. Okay, same as I put 6. Then 2 over 3 times negative 1 is negative 2 over 3. So this is my final answer. Okay, simple, right? Now that I've given you the basic idea on how to work around with this type of multiplication, but now let's go further and also talk about the multiplication of another matrix with another matrix. Okay, so one thing I'm going now to show you is for you to multiply. For example, let's say we have a matrix. I'm going to give an example of a simple one, just a 2 by 2 matrix. Let's say we have a matrix A, okay, being equal to 2, or let me put 0 here. We have 0, then we have 5, then we have neg 3, then we have 2. So let's also have matrix B. Let's say this matrix, we have 1, 0, then 0, let's have 2 here. Okay, so then we want to find what is A times B. Okay, so what is A times B? Then at the same time, I want us to go ahead and also find B times A. So we are going to come up with a conclusion. When I do A times B and B times A, is it going to be the same? Now this is a bit different, guys. If I give you to say I have 2 times negative 8, the answer is negative 16. If I give you negative 8 times 2, the answer is negative 16 still. It doesn't change. But it's different here. I want you to see the difference. Let me not just explain the difference, but I want you to see the difference using what we're going to be doing here. Now, for you to multiply a matrix, a certain matrix with another matrix, we have to take note of this thing. Okay? So the number of column, okay, the number of column of matrix A must be equal to the number of rows of matrix B. Now, I told you to say these are what we call rows. Let me use a different color. These are what we call rows. If I have a matrix A, B, C, D, this is what we call rows. And this is what we call column. For you to multiply these two matrices, the number of rows, okay, let me start with column. The number of column of matrix A, number of column of matrix A should be equal to the number of rows of matrix B. Then you can multiply them. So you should remember that when we have these are rows and these are column. Okay? So the number of column should be equal to the number of rows of another matrix you are trying to multiply with. Okay? For example, so now we are always eager, we want to know when we are counting these, when we say 2 by 2 matrix, are we counting starting with the rows or the column? That is also important for us to know. Okay? So we always start with the rows. So for example, if I give you this matrix which I have, this matrix we have, how many rows do we have? 1, 2. So we have got 2 rows. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Even this one is 2 by 2 matrix. Now, when you write this is 2 by 2 matrix, this is 2 by 2 matrix. The things inside here, they should be the same. Then you have to cancel. When you cancel them, you get that by that. The outside one by the outside of the next matrix. Then that is going to be your answer. So when I multiply these two matrices, I'm supposed to get the answer, which is 2 by 2 matrix. So in a case where I find that I have a matrix which is maybe another one is 3 by 3, then another one is 3 by 2. So these which are inside here, I have to cancel them. They will always be the same. Then I will get this. Meaning my matrix, I'm going to find this 3 by 2. That will be the answer for my matrix. So let's see. Now, how do we tend to multiply? So how can I multiply A times B? So we multiply first rows with column. Okay? So then I'm going to say A times B is going to be equal to, we always do, I'm going to multiply this by that first, the next again the same one by that, then I'll come to this one again, same thing, I multiply it by that and also by that, then it's done. So I'll start with this and that. So that is going to be 0 times 1, 0 times 1, then plus, because I'm talking about the same thing, then negative 3. Okay, so I'm multiplying now, I'm doing 0 times 1, then I have to add. Okay, I have to add now, it's going to be negative 3 times 0. So I'm done for that part. Next, I'll jump here and go to the next one. So it's going to be the same things but times this now. So 0 times 0, 0 plus negative 3 times 2, like that. Then again, I'll do the same for this part here. So it will be 5 times 1, 5 times 1, then again plus 2 times 0, like that. Next is going to be 5 times 0 plus 2 times 2, like that. So A times B is going to be, now if I do 0 times this, I'll end up having 0 plus, that is going to give me 0. Negative 3 times 0 is 0. Then here I'm going to have it's also 0, then plus is going to give me negative 6, so it's the same as minus 6. Here is going to be 5 plus 20, then here is going to be 0, 5 times 0 is 0, then plus 4, 2 times 2 is 4. When I do this, meaning that A plus B is now, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 25, this is going to be negative 6, and this is 4. So then this is the answer for A times B. So now you have seen the answer for A times B. I want you to pay attention here. I'm going to shift this one to just put it here. Let us go ahead and also do B minus B times A. We see if they are basically the same thing. Okay, so we should not expect them to be the same. I know the same. So A, okay, we should not expect them to be the same. Should not be the same. So we are doing now B times A, of which we are starting with B, multiplying it by A. Okay, so then if I do this, it's going to be, like I said, rows by column. So this matrix we start with, okay, we said we start with what? Rows. So it's 2 by 2, again 2 by 2. So these will cancel, they are the same inside. The answer will be 2 by 2, like that. So you say 1 times 0, so we can just do this. 1 times 0 is 0, plus 0 times 5 is 0, space 1 times negative 3 is negative 3, 0 times 2 is 0. So 0 times 2 is 0. Then again we start with this. 0 times 0 times 0 is 0. Then 2 times 5 is 10. So 0 times negative 3 is 0. Then 2 times 2 is 4. So what will be the final answer? So it will be 0 plus 0 is 0. Negative 3 minus that is negative 3. Then that is 10. That is 4. So this is the answer. Now you can clearly see that this answer and this answer, they are two different things. Therefore, A times B is not equal to B times A. That's very important. We have to take note of that. Okay, now let us look at more complex problems. For example, let's say we have a matrix that is a matrix A that is 1, negative 2, 0. Okay, Let's say this is 8 and this is 0, this is 1. Let's give this one as -2. Let me put 4 here. I'll put 4, 6. Let's say matrix B is 3, 1, -3, 0, 2, 4. I told you to say when you are counting the matrix, we always start with what? The rows and not the column. So in this case for matrix A, we have got 1, 1, 2, 3. So what of the column? Or what of the column? The column we also have 1, 2, 3. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix. A 3 by 3 matrix. What of this one? We start with the rows 1, 2, 3. Like I said, when you're multiplying these things, you discover that the inside things like the rows will still, they are going to be this, like the other, like I said, the column of matrix A should be equal to the rows of matrix B. Okay, so we have got 3 rows and 2 columns here, 1, 2. So I have got is 3 by 2. So then inside, like we said, the column of matrix A should be equal to the rows of matrix B. So they will always cancel because they are the same. So the answer will be 3 by 2. So the answer I have to find here should be 3 by 2 matrix. Okay. Now let's see. So A times B. Okay. So what is A times B? So we'll do the same thing. This has to be multiplied by the rows like we have been doing. So it's going to be 1 times 3, that is 3, plus -2 times 1 is -2, plus 0 times -3 is 0. Next, I'm going to say 1 times 0 is 0. So now I'm doing this by that. Okay. Then -2 times -2, or -2 times 2 is basically -4. So it's plus -4 is the same as let me just put plus -4. Then I'm going to now say 0 times 4 is basically 0. I'll go now to the next one. I'll go to this. It has to come with that one and also multiply it by that one. So it will be 8 times 3, that is 24, plus 0 times 1, 0, 1 times -3 plus -3. Then that now by 8 times 0, I'm now doing this by that. So 8 times 0 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0, 1 times 4 is 4. Then now I come here. So I'll do the same. So I multiply that by that, next by that. Okay, so -2 times -2 times 3, -6, plus 4 times 1 is 4, 6 times -3 is -18. So it's the same as plus, then I put -18 here. -2 times 0 now is 0, 4 times 2 is 8, 6 times 4, 24. So then I can start now adding these. Let's see. So this is 3 minus 2, which is 1. Then 24, I can even do this one first. That is going to give me -4. 0 plus -4, -4. Then 24 minus 3 should be 21. Then this is going to be 4. -6 plus 4 is -2. So negative 2 minus 18 is negative 20. Then 0 plus this has to be 32. Okay, 32. So now, have you seen, guys, this matrix we said it has to be 3 by 2. Let's see. So we have got 1, 2, 3 rows, 1, 2, 2 column, of which it is correct. So this is basically how we tend to multiply a matrix. Okay, so now I want you to go ahead and also try this one. Let's say we have matrix A. So matrix A is matrix A is 2, 4, 7. So this matrix, I want you to go ahead and multiply it by you multiply it by this. Yes, you go and multiply it by that. So this is, let's say this is B. So go ahead and find A times B. Okay, so you can pause the video, try to find the answer, and also compare with the answer I'm going to find. So let's begin. Remember, this matrix is 1, 2, 3. Is how many? Is 1. We say that for us, we always count, we start with rows. So this is 1 by 3. Okay, then so this has to be also it has to be also 3 by 3. So I have to add more. So here I'm going to add the 3, 4 again, then I put 0 here. So this is 3 by 3. So these will cancel. Your answer you are going to find is going to be 1 by 3. So go ahead and try to find the answer, and the answer should be 1 by 3 matrix. Okay, so this is what we need to know when it comes for multiplication of a matrix.